We join the Super Legit crew before the show as Jet explains the editing process. Another important point is I edit the show, sometimes extremely heavily. Usually not. Usually it's easy, but I'm cleaning up, tightening. It's not you, Josh. It's me. I'm tightening up, space between lines. I make it sound like we're actually in a room together. Sometimes there's that dead space as someone's blanking on something. All of that gets cleaned up, so everyone sounds a lot better in the end. So, but obviously it's mostly improv, so most of it'll stay. In fact, most of the time when someone asks me to edit something out, I leave it in.
I think that's me.
Unless it's like their drug history or something, then I'll take it seriously.
Which happens a lot more than you think.
Oops, I gave my drug dealer's phone number and he's gonna kill me.
Right? Yes.
He's gonna literally kill me.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Shout out Phil Baker. What's up?
In.
Oh, edit that. Sorry. Phil's not gonna like that.
All right. Anything else before we get the show on the road?
Hey, Jet, real quick, you never really have to edit my stuff, right? It's
no,
pretty spot on.
It's all perfect. You are flawless, Josh. Believe in yourself.
Okay, let's go.
In 3, 2, 1. Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the Super Legit Podcast. I am your host, Jet Kaufman, not whoever's talking over me at this moment. You can all guess who that is if you've heard a show before. Oh, the music's starting again.
Yeah, leave it. No, you don't edit. You don't edit. You said you're a bad editor.
No, that's not even going to show up in there. So this is all going to disappear.
Shout out Phil Baker.
God, it's so good to see all of your faces again and some new ones here. Let's run through. Here is wow. Let's run.
You okay there, Jet? Speaking in tongues
I'm
already?
not. I am speaking in tongues. Yeah, I found our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, and he's speaking
born again Jew. I love it.
Yes, exactly. Let's read off who is in front of my face. We've got Josh Spence,
the real co-host.
Nope. Try again.
Okay.
Chris Sanders.
Well.
Jen Burton.
Hello.
Sean Michael Boozer.
I have been vetted and approved.
And my actual co-host, Michael Heiman. Hello, Michael Heiman.
Hello, Jet Kaufman.
Oh, wow. You sound so officious.
I mean, you said my full name, so I felt like it should only be courteous to return the favor.
Thank you. Courtesy is something that we expect from you, and I'm happy to see it displayed in front of us right now.
Heiman sounds tired.
Yeah.
Are you tired?
Yeah. No further questions.
But
it was St. Patrick's Day yesterday. We should point that out.
Yes.
You're like a zombie almost, right? You're like a zombie?
No, I wouldn't say zombie, but I'm pretty beat. Not just St. Patrick's Day, which was a long day, but we've had a weird week with to timestamp this episode that's going to come out well after everything's resolved.
And really nailing that down.
An impending teacher strike, which has been a big deal at work, at campus. We're getting ready to run strike camp.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah.
Strike. That's
I
real.
hope we see a scene of strike camp. All right, anybody.
Oh my God. So Michael Heiman,
is strike camp where Bernie Sanders spent his summers?
I'm sure it was.
I assume you talk to them about not being a scab, that sort of thing.
That's what arts and crafts is going to be all about. We're going to have them make picket signs. We're going to teach them, but yeah.
Gas
my
mask.
grandparents met each other at the Brookwood Labor College, which was absolutely that. It was labor union organizers. Like they co-founded the AFL-CIO. Like that's like
No
you're
The
joking.
nutsy part of the story is he was a strike breaker and she was a striker. So it's one of those meet cutes that you read about all the time.
Classic meet cute.
So hey, Michael Heiman, who else do we have joining us this week?
We have two very special guests. Our first guest, James Heaney, you may know him from our formerly rival podcast, Alchemy This, and his current Original Understudies podcast. He also tears up the stage as part of Bear Supply and is a member of the iconic Mission Improbable crew over at Westside Comedy. Hello, James.
Holy shit. You did all your research. That's incredible.
I did it personally. For sure.
Actually, it really sounds good to hear my credits rolled like that. Yes, I'm James Heaney, and I'm glad to be here.
Well, thanks for being on here with us. And our second guest, I paused as if someone was going to cue me to say anything else.
I am so thankful.
Edit
I have
more
waited
gap on
so
that.
long.
More.
Gonna let you just do your job there, Michael Heiman. You don't need to be
you.
told what to do.
Thank you. And our second guest is Cole Stratton. You may know him from our formerly rival podcast, Alchemy This, as well as being a co-founder of the San Francisco Sketch Fest. You can also see Cole as part of the legendary Cobranauts at West Side Comedy Theater. Welcome, Cole.
Hello. I'm glad to be here. As founder of Creativity Inc., I'm very excited.
I'm sorry, that wasn't in our notes, so I don't know if that's
no. That's just on the StreamYard platform. That's what the example it gives for what you should write underneath your name. So I just wrote that. So
it's also very.
Oh, you had your own company suddenly.
Yeah. How did you get out ahead of a name like that? That's impressive.
That's a very Elon Musk company name.
Right.
Yeah.
Creativity Inc. Yeah.
Sucking the life out of creativity just immediately.
Just commoditizing that. So, Michael Heiman, we collect questions from our previous guests. That's how we do it these days. And yes, that's what we're doing. And you have a question for us from one of our last guests.
Yes,
what do you got?
Friend of the show, Douglas Sarayan, submitted tonight's question.
Love that guy. What did he say?
It's a very simple question, but or short, succinct, but pretty profound. When do you lie?
Question.
I would like to. Nope, you're not. You don't get to ask the question right away because I have. I already have.
Chris Sanders calls dibs.
The second I saw this question, it created a paradox because my answer to this, I never lie, which is a lie. Because I specifically lie most often now in situations like this, in social situations. Where especially like if someone's talking about a movie or show they really like, I've generally probably not seen it, but I'm going to lie my way through. And every time they're like, have you seen it? Do you know about this episode? I'm just, oh yeah. I'm familiar with that. Or a movie. And those might qualify as white lies, but it feels much easier and less time consuming to just like,
pretend,
encourage them to I feel like you're shooting them down and conversation will end and that person is excited about something and they want to relate to somebody else, and if you immediately just say I haven't seen that, they're done.
Super Jet, you can say it's a bad gift. It's okay.
No, I didn't say bad gift. I'm not saying bad gift. James, get back me up here. It's not a bad gift.
He didn't say it was a bad gift.
I saw it in your... Go ahead.
He just said that this wasn't the gift he was expecting. And he used the kind of tone that sounded like extraordinary disappointment.
Right.
Right. You just have these boundaries, Like
I did
anything outside your boundaries
and here,
is a no-go.
Heavily.
I'm sure he didn't mean to throw it over his shoulder. Here, I'll hand it back to him.
Oh, thank you. All right.
Okay. It's a pound of Himalayan sea salt that I got from the Himalayas. And I dyed it pink myself because they didn't have the pink Himalayan sea salt. I took an extra step and I saw it in your face that you were not grateful.
Look, I am averting my eyes from the gift right now just because I want to focus on what a wonderful occasion this is, that you're here with me, that we're all here together, James and Josh and I. Yeah. No, please,
I think what would make Josh feel really...
Oh, God.
I think what would make Josh feel better is if you're not upset with the gift, kiss it. If you're not upset with the gift, just give it a kiss. Like,
I was going to say something different, but James is right. Kiss it. Kiss it long and deep.
Like you mean it.
You just mean it.
Okay. Oh, whew. Yeah,
like you just bought a dinner at the smokehouse. Mean it.
It's beautiful. God. No. Okay. Hold on.
Come on, we're just trying to have a good time tonight. Let's not get hung up on this.
The party is early on in the evening. If we just get by this, we can have a great evening full of cocaine and ad libs. But you got to do this now.
how big of a kiss? Like just like on a where in the rom-com? Like beginning, end of the rom-com?
You just bought the Chateaubriand at the smokehouse and you ate the whole thing by yourself when you know goddamn well that is a 2-person dinner, but you did it for one. How about that?
Do you mind if I show him how?
Oh
yes, James.
Okay. No,
please.
Please.
Oh, I know it's not my gift. But
well, if you do it right, somebody's gonna get a pound of sea salt.
All right.
Okay.
Party.
Oh my. Oh
yeah.
Oh. Okay. There.
Jet, Josh, my name is Dr. Farashian. I hate to be the one to tell you this, but your friend James is dead.
What?
He's dead. Did he kiss some dyed Himalayan salt? Yeah. So we've had a lot of these cases come in now.
I wouldn't say it was
he
dyed.
died because of the dye that was in the Himalayan salt. It turned out to be a toxic dye, and he has died. You killed him.
If I could be completely honest, this is 100% Jet's fault.
If I can be completely honest,
now?
Bullet dodged. Dodged.
I'm sorry to tell you this, but I did have to.
And
I did have to call the police, so they are waiting right here for you. Since
why?
Technically, this is a murder. You've murdered him.
Yeah, but you didn't.
Okay. Hey, Doc, did you need us to come in?
Yeah, if you could come in right away. They're acting a little bit ornery.
Okay, hang on. Gotta put my pants on.
He's taking a dump. He had to go. They both arrived and they both had to use the bathroom. So, but they're, at any rate.
You got your partner killed again. You were staking it out. You took another dump and he got riddled with bullets.
Hey, Chief, you can't get on me for that. I always gotta, we're the cops. Sometimes we gotta take our pants off. I wasn't necessarily taking a dump.
Oh no, we killed his partner by having him lick the sea salt. We gotta cover up the evidence. Somebody shoot him so it doesn't look like he licked the salt.
That seems like the worst kind of cover. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna go with it. Here you go. Gun, right here. I'm gonna give it to you. You can handle this one yourself.
I mean, we haven't got the toxicology report back yet, but there's lots of bullet holes. That has to be the cause of death. But ultimately, it was you and your spastic colon that got him killed. Okay?
Are you sure? But Chief, haven't you all these reports of this toxic dye going around? I'm no doctor. I'm a police officer.
Yeah,
but
that's right.
I know a few things about toxic substances. Okay.
You know how many times you left your partner
in fact,
alone
talking
when you
about
went to
this,
get fourth meal at Taco Bell in the middle of a shift?
Well, yeah. Can you fault a guy for needing to get fourth meal?
Go through the drive-thru together. Don't park the car and go inside. I mean,
I'm saving gas.
No. I'm sorry, officer. I respect the law, but it's past midnight. The doors are shut for a reason. You have to go through the drive-thru.
Oh, you can't help out your local police officer? Oh, maybe you guys don't need protection, huh?
No.
How safe is this neighborhood that this Taco Bell is in?
This is a very tough part of town.
I fully realize that this is going to take more time to explain this to you and talk you into letting me order here at the counter than it is for me to get back in my cruiser and go around and through the drive-thru and get my fourth meal for probably the fourth time this week. My partner's even waiting in the car, but you know what? It's about principle now. I would like to order at the counter.
But sir, the cash register is.
Son, do you like guns?
Actually, I'm not the biggest fan of guns. My neighbors actually carry a collection, and they shoot at all hours of the night. They were partying with their guns.
Hey, that's cool. Get your neighbor on the line. Call up your neighbor. I'd like to talk to a real American.
You want to speak to my neighbor through the glass door that would let you.
Why don't you have them? You call them up, put them on the speakerphone while you're making my fourth meal, and I won't shoot your kneecaps out, huh?
Oh no! Here you go, and you're on the speakerphone through the glass.
Hey, how y'all doing? Hello. What do you want?
Oh, that was an unexpected accent for this is why I enjoy working in this city. It's diversity.
I'm a transplant. I was born and raised in Casa Grande, Arizona. Yeah, Casa Grande. That means big house. I speak Spanish, but I ain't one of them.
Well, hey, partner, I know a lot about big houses. Hey, how's that taco grande coming there, Chief?
Still haven't made it.
Are you trying to get my neighbor to make you some food?
Yes. Does this seem to happen a lot? He doesn't like to keep doors open for fourth meal.
You know what he likes to do? He likes to yell about me shooting my guns off at 4 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, hey, boy, why don't you go in there and make you a pizza, a Mexican pizza tostada, whatever you do at that Taco Bell place.
Oh, what a mess. The Taco Bell's completely shot up. Everyone's dead, and you're telling me it's toxic dye?
Look, sir, it wasn't my fault, okay? We got into a heated argument. His neighbor, I told him to list all of the weapons that he had, just list them. And you know, he kind of revealed himself as not being an aficionado of firearms because he just instead got very angry and started to claim that this was registration and the government was coming after him. And he drove right over and just shot that place up. And by that point, I had my fourth meal, so I was already in the bathroom again with my pants down. And, by the time I could get them back up, and our utility belt is pretty tricky. So,
okay, why didn't you put that in your report? You just wrote toxic dye at every single place on the floor.
Well, sir, because I've worked here for a long time. You've been the chief for a long time. You know that I have a hard time. It's much easier just to lie. And, if I want you to feel like, and the society at large to feel like there's not a murderer with firearms on the loose, but there's just some toxic dye.
You might think that was fun. I have to do the presser after this. I have to go in front of a panel of people who are going to ask me what this sudden dye outbreak is. And I don't really have the details because it didn't really happen.
Sir, you're the chief of police. You're telling me you don't know how to lie?
Legit.
There it is. That's how it's done.
Hey, I've got a follow-up questions for Mr. Sanders.
No, Vito, I went first.
I'm going to supersede that.
Yep.
So, I get the idea of lying that you don't, that you know the show because you don't want to hear their horrible synopsis or their idea of what the theme of that show would be. I get that. But, dude, do you really feel that that's the time when you lie most, when you are the father of a toddler? Don't you lie just to in like topics or get it?
Fair enough.
Not yet, because he's only just he's 3 years and 2 months old. So he's only just really in the last week, 2 weeks he's just started the what's this? He's not even quite asking why yet. And I'm pretty sure once we...
The why is when you're going to need the lies.
Yeah. Once we breach the why, constant stream of whys is when I'm going to need the lies. Yeah.
I wasn't even thinking that highbrow. I was thinking more like, hey, can we listen to Baby Shark again? No, the internet is closed. Or,
I mean, I have lied. Like there's this, because he got into, he loves some videos on YouTube. He's all about Paw Patrol mostly. But there's a few videos on YouTube that are creators, and there's one in Oklahoma called Super Crew, and it is this just terribly untalented dad and his son and the mom who make these videos. They call it Super Crew, and they just kind of bedazzled a cape for him and a glove like an infinity.
Even called out Super
really
Crew.
Poorly done, and he writes original songs, but he just can't. He is not good at guitar or singing, and he clearly hasn't tried to get any better.
Is a show?
And on it's just these quick videos on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
And he watched enough of them; they were so annoying and just devoid of any sort of educational benefit at all.
A quadruple threat.
I have lied and just said YouTube is broken.
Hey, Shannon, check this out. I just tried to get online, and a sign comes up that says "Gone Fishing," and it does this for every site I try to go to.
Yeah, the internet has been unplugged. I've been meaning to tell you. It's just been unplugged, like at the source.
So if I hear this right, Miss, you actually want me to make a physical sign that says "Gone Fishing," and you're going to put it on top of your.
I just
computer.
want it to flip down in front of the computer every time he goes to a website.
Okay, because I can just make you like a simple JPEG, and it'll have it pop up, so it's in the computer. You want
she
it
won't
on
understand
the computer.
it unless it flips down like a physical.
Okay, on the computer, you got it.
Okay, so when are they going to fix it? Are they going to
I don't know. Or... It's a global problem, honey. I don't know when it's going to get fixed.
Why would it go fishing now? It's winter. It's like there's no one's swimming. And
maybe they mean it hyperbolically, if that's the right term. Like,
so lady, you're saying you want me to cut the line? You can just cancel your account. You can cancel your account.
I want to be able to use the internet on my iPad in the other room when I want to. I just don't want him on the internet. I want him to not be able to go on the internet. Here's the thing: if you put "Gone Fishing," he's going to be so confused. He'll be hung up on that for like weeks. That's going to be weeks of time of him trying to figure out how the internet says "gone fishing," and I'm going to use some big word like hyperbolically, and then that'll throw him even more.
The other guy's the sign guy. I'm the scissors guy. So I got you here with the.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. What was your problem?
Oh, I just think it's crazy to. No, please. I'll cut the line if you want. $50.
Okay. Then I tried to get on my phone, but my phone's a little thicker. It says dial on it, and it smells soapy. I don't know.
I don't know, honey. These new phones are so confusing. You should just keep trying.
Ma'am, I'd be happy to nail all of your windows and bar all your doors shut, but you can just tell your son to stay inside.
No.
It seems unsafe for me to do that, and I don't know, as a handyman, if that's against my code. First thing is, don't do anything crazy.
No, it's not crazy at all. He needs to stay inside for his own safety. Do you know that my own son calls me Shannon? Isn't that a little strange? He's off. He needs support and help all the time.
Listen, far be it from me to judge anyone's parenting, as I am childless. But I feel like him calling you Shannon may be on you.
Hey, Shannon.
Yes, honey.
So I thought I maybe would just go outside, and then the window, I raise the curtains, and then there's a cloud with a speech bubble that says BRB.
Ooh, yeah.
So you want us to black out the sun forever for the entire planet? Just black out the sun. The entire solar system no longer has the nourishing light of the sun, of our star, just so your son can't go outside and call you Shan.
Exactly.
Well, I think we might have another solution.
My colleague has been working on you call speech bubble.
Oh.
It's much easier to use. There's a speech bubble covers entire window out towards outdoor world.
Well, that seems like a lot less trouble, doesn't it? I'm still very into the blotting out of the sun, because I think that would be the most effective.
This is kind of a futuristic thing I've been working on, but maybe a dome that goes over your home.
If the speech bubble doesn't work, we have that to fall back on. We have the blotting out of the sun.
Yeah, the cannon is loaded, so anytime you say go, I pull the trigger. But if you want to go...
The sun-exploding cannon. I have spent so much money trying to keep my poor dim sum inside.
Shannon?
Yes, honey?
Do you think Dad's ever going to come back from his, as you said, Navy SEAL assignment?
It's such a long assignment, honey. It's lasted your whole life. The Navy... I don't know if he's coming back, but I know that if he does come back, the first thing he will do is want to see you.
I can't believe we've been on this gone fishing mission for 3 years. I can't wait to come back to my loved ones, Michael.
I don't know. I kind of want to stay out here. I got to be honest with you. These have been the best 3 years of my life.
Really?
Yeah.
Just you and I, alone?
Just you and me. Just fishing for the Navy.
Hello, Miss Shannon. If I may I call you Shannon by your first name?
Yes, my name is actually Shannon, so either one works.
Okay, I am Dr. Lorenzo from the
from the clinic up the road, and we think your son is a genius. He's 3 years old, and his speech is incredible. I think that perhaps we should bring him into our institute, and maybe he could live there.
He can't leave the house. You know, he thinks that a bar of soap is a phone.
Legit. You know, I think it's, for me, easier to say the times that I don't lie, because I lie so much for so many different reasons. Sometimes I lie just for fun, and sometimes it'll be a lie that just goes on for a few minutes while I troll someone. The times that I know I don't lie is when something matters. Like if I believe something to be there's, for instance, God, this might not even be a good thing to say, but
say it anyway.
Don't stop.
My finger's heading over that edit button.
Where were you January 6th?
I was at a poetry reading one time. I'm not a sports guy, but there was a sports guy. I think I don't know. Somebody wasn't going to take the vaccine, and they were all Aaron Rodgers, I think is his name.
Yeah.
Some sort of vaccine, and somebody had written this poem, and then afterwards did this speech about how Aaron Rodgers and Colin Kaepernick are the same thing, and then like how the Nazis were going to come and take us if we all had to get vaccines. And I'm in the audience, and I said, "That's not true," and I started shouting. Those are the kinds of times that I can't lie. I should probably keep my mouth shut, but I will scream the truth. But I will lie to make somebody feel better. I'll lie to get myself out of trouble, as long as it doesn't matter.
I was wondering where that was going to go, because you started it with, I was at this poetry reading and I'm not a sports guy. So it just seems.
That's where we find out James doesn't know what poetry is.
It's like a poetry thing that I. Yeah,
it was poetry with poetry reading with sticks and a puck, and some guys just kept ramming each other into the side. It's great poetry.
I appreciate that you're doing the you'll lie, but as long as it doesn't matter.
And I would even
100%.
say that lying is keeping silent sometimes.
Yes.
Sometimes not saying anything is lying.
Yeah.
The lie of omission.
While I will lie in the same instances to so somebody doesn't feel bad or whatever. One of my very few pet peeves that actually peeves me is when someone is quicker to lie than just say, I don't know. I won't lie if it's something about fact. If it is like some sort of fact in dispute and I am being asked if I know this thing, I won't just start bullshitting. I certainly did in my younger years, but I reached a point where I was like, this doesn't help anybody. And it's so much faster just to say, I don't know.
What about as an actor, like putting on like your abilities? Like, do you have listed that you can play tennis? Like, can you like how far you don't? I do. I can't play tennis. I mean, for like a couple minutes, not for long. In between takes, sure.
That does come back to bite you in the butt.
That happened to me a couple of years ago. I got a commercial audition where I had to golf, and my agent was like, "Yeah, you listed your intermediate golfer." And I realized having like
intermediate.
Yeah, I said intermediate.
Intermediate miniature golf.
And I had actually recently gone golfing with a friend. And I realized how bad I really was, and I was like, "Oh shit, I have to."
Wait, but was the audition on a golf course?
No, the audition was for like a financial advisor company, and I had to be golfing while doing it. And so like I had to go to a driving range in like the one in Studio City, and like got some good shots of me actually driving, kept the only one where I hit the ball well, and then tried delivering the lines while putting. And as I'm editing this self-tape, I'm like, I had to cut the very end where the ball goes to the hole on the putting green because I never made a putt. I had to like stop it so it didn't look like I was that bad.
What if you would have cut it and just made it like to a zoomed in like?
Yes,
I should have done that.
In fairness, you just recreated the entire filming process of everything ever. Like this is how we make movies, is by taking it over and over and over again until you get the one good shot and editing it to a completely different thing that somebody else did very well and making it look like the same person did it at once.
So I'm not a liar. I'm a hero.
You're an auteur.
I had a similar thing happen where I was a beginner at drums or whatever and music things because I played drums briefly in college or whatever, right? So then it came back for this commercial. It was like, whichever your thing was, and they pick me for drummer. They're like, do a self tape if you just wail in on your instrument. I was like, I don't have a fucking drum set. Like, I live in a 2-bedroom. I played drums briefly 20 years ago. So like, if you put me in a room with the drum, I could do a little bit on it, but like not enough to be like. So then my agent was like, well, can you fake it? And I was like, how do you fake that? So instead it was like, well, just drum on something. So like, I literally was just like drumming along with like Seven Nation Army on the back of a chair with drumsticks in it from like rock band. Man. I was like, this is so dumb. I have a
rock band set. I could use that. That's the best I could do. Yeah.
So
and you booked it.
Super.
Dr. Faragian, me and Jet need a word with you.
All right.
We've been on the road for months. We're known as the Pink Dye Killers, and we just found out that you're a doctor of PhD and not a doctor of medicine.
Well, you didn't ask. And for the record, I did read a lot of books before examining your dead friend.
Who's at the door, honey?
Honey, it's
Josh.
Yay, dude!
Oh my god! Hey.
Oh my god!
I didn't know you two were together. Oh wow!
Listen, we can explain ourselves.
This is awkward.
I died. She brought me back to life. But you certainly killed.
She brought you back to life.
Okay, so first of all, I'm just going to apologize real quick because we really blew up your spot, Dr. Faragian, and called you a fraud and not a real doctor, but you're clearly a miracle worker. This is amazing. Oh my God. Whew.
Well, after you left, I read a book about reviving people who had been poisoned, and it turned out he was just in a very, very deep coma. And so I was able to just push on his chest a couple times.
And we figured who cared if I collected the insurance money from me dying. I mean, it was not... okay. You guys killed me. Jet, you should be ashamed.
Don't bail on me, Jet. We believe in merciless honesty.
He is right. He is absolutely
She didn't say
right.
that she was a doctor of words. She's instead of body. That there's different doctors, and she's a different doctor.
I don't think it matters. I don't think it matters at this point.
So, James, you were in a coma for 4 days. A lot has changed. We're going to acclimate you slowly because we don't want you to freak out. But just take a deep breath, okay? And we'll kind of go through what's happened.
Okay. Actually, the truth is I wasn't really paying attention the day I went down. So if you could give me Friday also. I was kind of like, I didn't know I was going to die.
Doctor, his heart rate is increasing.
Right. Let's see. Where should we start? Oh, so much has happened. Grogu's, he's talking a little now. He's chirping. Yeah. So.
Wait, I actually didn't finish the last season, so.
Oh God.
Doctor, tell him about
tell
him about The Last of Us. Probably episode 6.5.
Okay.
I fell asleep. I fell asleep in the middle of the 6th episode. So.
Well, there was a finale.
So, dude, do you watch The Last of Us? Do you watch The Last of Us? Do you watch The Last of Us? The Last of Us is great. Have you been watching The Last of Us?
Yeah, Mike. Have you watched it?
No. Should I be watching this?
All right. Well, let me tell you. Let me just tell you what it's about. It's basically.
I mean, to be clear, you're the 47th person today who's asked me if I've watched the show.
But have you watched it?
But only we understand the show.
Okay.
We understand the truth.
This makes me not want to watch the show. I got to be honest with you guys. At a certain point, it makes me really uncomfortable. I'm just like, this thing that you just won't stop talking about the damn show. And like, at a certain point, I'm like, fuck this show.
All right, you know what? Fair enough. Did you play the game? Did you play the game?
You had to play the game.
I don't have PlayStation. I'm on Xbox. I've never played the game.
You're on Xbox?
What's that?
I specifically
Why
bought
have we
the
been
Xbox
talking to this guy?
because everybody kept telling me I had to get a PlayStation. So I was like, fuck this shit, I'm getting an Xbox.
You, my friend, need to think for yourself and get rid of that Xbox.
Sorry, I need to return this game. I thought I was getting The Last of Us, but This Is Us, or whatever. Based on the successful TV show.
That game's solid. That game is solid.
I have to back up my coworker here. Like, what, you didn't like the design of the crock potters?
I mean, it's just not what I expected. was
you don't want art in your video games, do you?
Exactly.
This Is Us is an incredible title.
It's unbelievable. All of the flashbacks and like we didn't even. It's pretty sweet because the developers like didn't like age down characters or age up characters. They just kind of like used the same build, but like just put a little bit of makeup on them and
just a teensy weensy
just
bit.
a little bit, and then they kind of just use the same voice.
It's not that I don't want art in my.
It's pretty breakthrough.
It's not that I don't want art in my video games. I just want game in my video games. I can't. Like nothing is. It's not a first-person shooter. It's a first-person talker. I guess.
This is an adult game. You don't play games as an adult. You got to grow up. This Is Us is a game that you can grow into.
Right. Yeah. It's kind of a. You're exactly right. It's a first-person talker. Like you need to. The whole second chapter is incredible because you have to sit there while your partner reads out the bills that are overdue.
I cried.
Look, it was my fault. I bought this game from you guys. GameStop for adults, it says. So it's my bad. I should have just gone to regular GameStop.
Which is right next door.
Right. I just walked into the wrong one.
Hey guys, I'm sorry. I got to interrupt here real quick. Do you? I need this. Do you have Handmaid's Tale on PS5?
It just came in. There's a significant wait list.
Oh my god! Oh, I need this so bad for my women's lib studies. Please, can I just jump to the head of that list?
Well, perhaps if you need something for women's lib studies, The Crown will do. Maybe you could watch The Crown.
Wait, is that... Sorry, guys, back there in the back shelf, is that Who Moved My Cheese on TurboGrafx 16?
It is a classic. It is unopened, still in cellophane, never been touched.
Wow.
The cartridge has never even been blown in, might I say.
Jet, I got you a game. I don't want to spoil the surprise, but just open the wrapper. Wow. Open it. I got it. I knew this would be fun, so that we can play together. I'll just tell you, and just like that, the game. The game of the revival of Sex and the City. What I was
expecting.
What?
That is not what I was expecting.
You don't love it.
I didn't say that. I did not. The show was it was an interesting continuation, and maybe I will be more connected to it if I get to play Carrie. If I get to play an old Carrie who just seems like she just woke up after 30 years of coma and is suddenly aware of the world as it is now. Maybe I'll connect more with that, or maybe Samantha's in the game. Maybe the unsatisfying feeling of watching the entire series where they constantly reference Samantha and she's there as a text messaging character through the whole thing. Maybe I can play the Observer. Maybe they let me do that. I don't know. Maybe it's worth it.
She's not in the game. So if that's...
Yeah, I didn't think she would be. No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No. Okay. All right. Oh, I'm sorry. I did not mean to throw that over my shoulder like that. Whew.
That was $75.
Shannon?
Yes, honey. Yes.
So I wasn't sure what to do because everything I've tried has somehow been blocked. So I took these matchsticks and I made figures of all the characters from SATC and
Good spelling, honey.
AJLT. Anyways, I was wondering if you wanted to play with me. I'm gonna be Burger. You could be Aiden. You could be.
Okay.
Don't be Mr. Big. He's Ken.
Mr. Pig or Mr. Big?
Mr. Pig. Oh, Mr. Pig. Okay. Let's add that to the mix, Shannon.
Okay. Sure. Mr. Pig. I'll be Mr. Pig and Mr. Big.
Okay.
So
be warned. Don't go near a Peloton. You would know that if you were as big a fan as I was.
I would. Okay.
Shannon, don't be a Samantha or a Charlotte. Be a Carrie and get proactive in this game.
Okay. Okay. Here comes Mr. Pig.
All right, so we're going to do a crossover. It's going to be, and just like that, and Charlotte's Web. And we're going to mix the characters together. Like Mr. Pig.
Look.
I feel like no one's into this pitch.
As Daddy Zaslav, as runner of Warner Brothers Discovery, I didn't take over this company to have things that skew even slightly female, so I'm not really... you gotta sell me harder, man.
Okay, so we can call it Charlie's Web, and just sex, not even city, just
Charlie's sex.
Charlie's sex.
Book it.
All right, I'll put it on the. I'll put it down in the log.
Why is she talking?
I'm the only woman who works here.
Well,
I lie. I have a lie. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Jet.
Oh, well, I wanted to jump to our sponsor real quick here first.
Oh, yes.
They're the ones that pay the bills, how we keep this show on the air, but then I would love to hear,
gotta make time to make that money to keep the lights on.
Yes. Yeah. It is dark in here.
Are you a dad? But not just any dad. Are you a stepdad? Or even an absent father that wants to find a way, some way, anyway, to connect with your boy? You've tried watching video game walkthroughs with him on YouTube. You've tried movies, but what are these kids even talking about? You've even tried, go ask your mom! What you need is something that's not that loud. Something that's very, very, very affordable. Something that reeks of nostalgia. You need some ball. Some ball. It's what you can do with your boy. Mend those burnt bridges with some ball. Just order online and some ball should be to your door in just a few days. Be sure to get home early, because your boy is going to be raring to go when some ball shows up. And don't worry, older dads, some ball is moderately paced, so you can always keep up with your boy's growing supply of pent-up angst. And speaking of nostalgia, how about a recommendation for some ball from someone's loosely related to a sports legend, Cincinnati's intramural men's baseball second-best hitter of the 1989 season, Darryl Blueberry? Where am I? Some ball! Your boy might love you again?
Oh, God. Yeah, I've got a teenage son, and that sounds exactly like what I need.
Hey,
something
Dad,
that has a shot.
Want to have a catch?
Yeah, I think that's what they were going for.
Yeah,
there.
Yeah.
Field of Dreams.
So, Jen, when do you lie?
Awkward.
Segue.
I was gonna say that I feel like it's a lie anytime anybody answers the question, how are you, with fine. That's a lie.
Yes.
That is a chronic lie that every single person tells. And I sort of feel like there's only two answers to how are you. There's oh, I'm doing awesome. It's great because things are actually going well. Or it's not good. Nothing's good right now. There's not a lot of in between, or you're just uncomfortable in your body in some way, or there's a pain, or you just don't like what you're doing that day. It's not like I'm negative every single second of the day, but the answer fine to me means not good. So you might as well just say not good.
Or it just means I don't want to talk to you about this. I'm just going to placate you with a one-word answer because you're not the person I want to go into depth about either bad or good things that are happening in life.
Do you ever call them out also for asking the question that they don't want to know the answer to? You can't handle the truth. Back it down. You don't want a part of my world.
I have never challenged anyone on it, for sure. But
can you do that this week and let me know how that works out for you?
Sure, I'll do that.
That I have to say, yes.
Sure.
I can't count the number of times I have been asked how I am, and I say fine, and instantly I'm like, I'm not fine. And that was my chance to have an open and honest conversation with another human being about my feelings.
With the bank teller.
Right, exactly.
My chance to tell the bank teller how it really is.
Yes. I could have connected with another human being at that moment, and they would have genuinely loved to have that long conversation with me with that line behind me building up. And I missed it. And now I'm just continue to be that shell.
I generally answer that question with I'm alive or I'm still alive. and that's neither here nor there. You can take it either way you want, but it usually gives people pause and they move on immediately.
Have you ever surprised yourself with actual honesty to that question, though? Like, when someone asks you and you reveal an actual, like, unexpected honesty that you were like, I wasn't even planning to tell you that, but it just came out?
Yep.
Once or twice, yeah.
I'm sure that has happened.
I mean, generally not with strangers, but if it is somebody I actually know, like a coworker with whom I've had actual personal conversations about things, maybe we have a good sense of humor with one another, whatever. Every once in a while, I'll let something just a little bit slip, and occasionally I'll have that actual open, honest conversation with someone about what happened. It's like, holy shit! Like, is that an option? Can I actually really connect with another human being?
I find if I grab both of somebody's hands and look them in the eye when I'm talking to them, they will listen as long as I want to tell my story.
Especially if it's the cashier.
Oh, how am I? Give me your hands.
Let me tell you how I am.
Super.
Boop. 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 Oh,
no,
please, you go. You go ahead.
I just would.
How are you, Rick? How are you doing today?
I woke up this morning at 4:37 again. Like, not at 4:35, not at 4:36, not at 4:38, 4:37. That's 4 days in a row, man. I think something's going on with me. I don't know if I've touched into something larger than myself, some sort of cosmic thing, but there's something going on, man. Something real. You can keep beeping. Go ahead.
That sounds 4:37, huh?
4:37. And I don't know, does that mean something? Like, I know a lot of people associate
Tyler, sorry to interrupt your work, Tyler.
With love and
Tyler, I need you to work a little bit faster. The line's backing up, and keep a smile on your face. I hope you're having a great day, sir.
Right.
When I was connecting with this gentleman here. Is that your manager? Is that what he does? He comes by and breaks up the flow we got going on?
He does. He thinks I'm a little too chatty. Boop. I'm sorry. Wait. Everything's coming up $4.37.
Oh my God, man! You are blowing my mind.
437. I mean, that's a lot for one can of beefaroni. It can't be right. I should get my manager over here to check in on this.
Sure, yeah. I would love to get to the bottom of this 437. It's just been.
Hey man, did you bring your own bags, or do you want to use our paper bags?
Oh, I usually just I tuck them into my apron and run out with them. I try to use as little extra stuff as possible.
Wow, that's a good philosophy. God, I never thought about trying something like that.
Excuse me, bag boy.
Yeah,
our bagger.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to call that. No,
okay, I didn't
bag
wanna...
boy is how I identify in life.
Okay.
Inside and outside of the supermarket, it's just who I've become.
Wait, you identify with your job outside in your real life? You identify as the way in which you make money?
I mean, honestly, at this point, what's the difference? Real life, work life?
Dude,
sorry guys.
Dude,
balanced.
What is your name?
Okay, give me a minute here. It'll come to me.
My God.
I've been going by Bag Boy all this time.
Bag Boy? I saw that you had your help needed.
Sorry. Look at this. Everything is coming up as $4.37 when I scan it.
437.
See, look, $4.37 for that one avocado. $4.37 for 36-gallon garbage bags by Hefty.
That sounds about right, though. That one does sound legit.
Spot on. That seems right.
$4.37 for this 12-pound ham.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
sorry. It's about to be my break time. It's 4:37 right now.
Back boy, don't you see what's going on right now? It's 4:37.
Oh my God.
Damn it.
4:37. It's everywhere.
The lights go down.
The district manager's here.
Everybody
be cool, please.
Click, click, click.
Oh, I'll be in a second. Gotta put my pants on. Okay, sorry. I heard. I was coming around from my local inspection, and look, before we get into anything, I know I used to be a cop. Don't hold it against me. What's the problem? Why are the lights off?
Well, I believe we've hit an anomaly that maybe Backboy can explain.
I mean, honestly, at this point, I just feel like this place is the entire world. Everything is contained within these supermarket walls. when's the last time any of you actually remembers being outside of this supermarket?
Oh, I think it was April 37th.
That's the 4th month on the 37th day.
Honey, I don't want to play grocery store anymore. It's getting scary.
But Shannon,
I think it's time for you to go to bed, sweetheart.
But that's what I imagine a supermarket is like.
Well, it's close. It's close. What do you think? Why do you think that a 437 is so important to you in your little tiny mind?
Well, you tell me that Dad was 43 when he left, and that was 7 years ago.
Oh, that's right. So, and he was the district manager of a grocery store. I think you're working it out.
Yeah, I got my soap phone to dial out.
What?
Yeah.
Who did you call?
They're still on the line. Would you like to talk to them?
Oh, sure.
All right, here you go.
437.
Oh. His name is Babadook. I don't know much about him, but he answered right away.
Okay, well, we got to get the hell out of here. That's not right. That's not right. That's not right. How did you get this? Okay, now we've both been here too long. This was never part of the plan to have an actual demon come through your...
The plan? What
plan,
I'm sorry. Shannon?
There's no plan. It's not a plan. It's just, honey, I just wanted to keep you inside and safe from the outside world. When your father left, you're just so dim, honey. You're not very bright, and you just didn't understand any of it, and I didn't want you to get hurt, so I made this soft, nice little world for us both to live in, where we can play grocery store, and I can be Mr. Pig in your other game. And
you say I'm not bright, but I'm 3.5, and I made a piece of soap dial outside. I made it into an actual working phone, Mom. Mom, oh God, what's happening?
Ma'am, I got a phone call from your phone on his soap phone. And he said he'd like me to remove all the nails from the windows and unbar your doors. Is that okay with you?
I'm sorry, what company are you from? Are you the Babadook?
No, I'm the handyman that you hired 3 years ago to lock this place down. You don't remember me?
I do remember you. How did my son even get your number?
This is Shannon.
No,
I cannot believe that you don't...
It's made out of soap. Have I become dumb in the last 7 years? Do I not know how phones work anymore?
Jet, if you don't like your Babadook, just say you don't like it. It was a nice group gift from me and Michael. We thought it would help add value to the house.
I'm just saying it was a bit of a surprise is all. I was not expecting a Babadook. I expected... You tried to get me to play The Last of Us. I thought you were going to give me a PS5. Instead, I got a Babadook.
PS5s are expensive and hard to find, Jet.
Right? There's nothing that implies buying you a PS5 when I said you're going to play The Last of Us.
You were pushing pretty hard. It seemed like a hint. And I'm sorry. I thought I was worth it to you guys. I thought, maybe you'd all go in on it together. Get me a PS5, not a Babadook.
First of all, you are worth it.
We put a lot of thought into the Babadook. This is a thoughtful gift.
Is it now?
Right.
Is it?
Well, like, what if we got you a golem? If we got you like a traditional golem...
You're talking like the Jewish clay thing that follows all of my commands.
Yeah,
that sounds pretty cool. Like if you got me that, I'd be down with it. Then he could go get me a PS5.
That was Mike's idea to get to the Babadook.
What the hell? Are you throwing me on the bus there?
I'm just saying. Sometimes when we do group projects, it's Michael's projects.
Listen, Michael, I appreciate the thought here. I'm not sure if I'm the kind of guy who can get everything out of a Babadook that I should. I mean, maybe you can demonstrate to me how I should interact with a Babadook. I mean, what do I do? Kiss it?
I mean, you could start there.
Yeah. Kiss it.
Why don't you show me? Why don't you show me how that's done, Michael?
Whoa.
Yeah.
I'm not about to kiss another man's Babadook. That is so inappropriate.
I've seen a movie that started that way.
I give you permission. I am granting you permission to kiss my Babadook.
I do not accept your permission.
Hey, welcome to Ann Taylor Loft and Gollum. How can I help you today?
I'd like to get a Gollum, a full-size Gollum, and then also a nice, pink suit for a wedding.
Oh, great. We just got some in. You'll like these here. The Golems, right now, we're a little short on stock. I don't have our best models, but if you'd like to take a look at what we have, I can bring them down from the loft.
That would be wonderful. I need a scary date for my this wedding that I'm attending, just to scare my parents.
Okay, great. Well, here's the... What size do you need in the jumpsuit, by the way?
Oh, a size 6.
6, okay. 6.
A 6 in the jumpsuit, and just the largest Gollum you've got.
Great.
Just the biggest one.
All right, well, here, let me see in the rack. Okay, there's a 6. We do have the 6 in the jumpsuit, so there you go.
Nice.
And, all right, let me just climb up to the loft here, and I'll be right back with your Gollum.
Okay, great.
All right, let me turn the flashlight on. Okay. Oh, hi. Okay, all right, this one will do. Hey, Gollum?
Yes?
We've got somebody downstairs that is interested in you and a jumpsuit, and I cannot miss this twofer, so...
They just want me because I'm the biggest.
That's true, but that's not a bad thing to be, you know?
Yeah. Is she at least going to write things on paper and put the yum-yums in my tum-tums?
You know what? Hold on. I'll be right back. Let me go find out exactly, all right? You stay here.
Okay. Yeah, you know I won't do anything if she doesn't.
Yeah, I know.
So, hey, lady, I'm from next door. If you want a really big Gollum, come next door to Lane Bryant. That's where they have the big ones.
Okay. Well, this guy is, I think he said he had a big one, so, but I will,
It's Ann Taylor big. If you want really big, go to Lane Bryant.
Okay.
Hey, get out of here. Stop poaching my customers, Lane Bryant.
Wow, his little feet really went. That was disturbing. He had so many of them.
I have some good news. I do have the biggest one. The biggest Gollum.
Great.
It's okay. He has a couple of questions, and I just want to make sure it's the right fit for you.
Okay.
Will you feed it pieces of paper telling it what to do that'll make it go yummy in his tummy?
Oh, yeah. I've read the literature. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I got.
Great.
Oh, I heard that. He sounds very big.
He's listening in.
He wants the yum-yums in his tum-tum, correct?
He does. He very much does.
She knows it.
That sounds great. If he's very big.
Yeah, I'll go get him. I'll bring him back down and introduce you to. But first of all, should I get that for you in a 4? I think you could go smaller in the jumpsuit.
Oh, well, flattery will get you everywhere.
Right.
I'll try it in a 4.
Okay, so here's the 4.
All right, thank you. I'll try it in.
Great.
Okay,
and I'll go bring him down and then you two can meet.
Yeah, I heard. Okay, is she going to have me murder anybody?
Ooh, I didn't ask that. She was going to put these down on the paper for you.
No, I just morally, I can't.
Okay, I understand that.
Functionally, I can't prevent her from making me murder people. Like, if she puts it in my tum, it's going to happen. But
I understand that. I feel in this particular case, I don't really need to be the middleman anymore. Why don't I bring you downstairs out of the loft and have the two of you chat it out, right? Because at this point, I feel like it's just a game of telephone, and I'm climbing this ladder up much.
But you do know I can't. It's a little odd that I can even conversate with you right now without having yums. So it's going to be tough for me to walk. So carry me or write it down. If you want to make this easier, just write it down. Get a piece of paper.
All right. Okay. Come downstairs, chat with her, ask about murder. Here you go. Down we go. All right.
Wow.
Oh,
my. You're like, what are you, a size? Are you a size 5?
I'm a size 4, I guess. I just put on this jumpsuit. Oh, my God. You're the biggest Gollum I've ever seen.
How many Gollums have you seen?
4 or 5. This is large. This guy's got to be expensive, right? Is he? How much
but
is
I
he?
can see the sparks flying between you two right now.
Oh,
and
this
here's
is
a piece
going to
of
be
paper.
Okay.
Why don't you just write a couple things down, and I'm going to turn on the store music on a little louder. If I lay here.
Okay.
Honey, you did not explain to me you were bringing a 12-foot golem home. I figured like a scraggly, alien-looking creature. Like Golem, like Smeagol.
Yeah, well, no. I brought home a golem. Do you have something? You have a problem with golems?
Apartment. I do have a problem with a giant golem.
Okay,
we went over this at the store, and I really don't want to, but is this who you want me to murder?
What?
Yes, exactly. This is who I want you to murder.
Okay, well, if you put it in my tummy, it's gonna happen. So
stop writing that down on paper.
I'm one letter away.
Stop writing.
I'm one letter away.
Okay, he can stay. He can stay.
We're just gonna be in my room.
I'm so hungry.
Dr. Faragian, now you need the pink dye all of a sudden?
Yeah, I do. I need the pink. I need to know where you got the pink dye from.
Bazooka Joe bubblegum.
I'm sorry. You just squeezed the gum, or did you do some sort of process, or?
No, I use old bubblegum. I just chew it, and then like right before it becomes edible, I spit it and squeeze it, and whatever comes out, that's the dye I use. Or I used that one time for the Himalayan tea. I'm not like a murderer like you, Dr. Faragian.
Wait a minute. Look, I realize I'm just a PhD doctor, but even I know that Bazooka Joe is an edible substance, which means the only toxic substance that is in that dye is coming from you.
Dr. Faragian, have you ever opened a 1994 Fleer deck of baseball cards looking for the Ken Griffey Jr. card and tried one of those sticks of bubblegum?
Of course I have. Several times.
Doctor, I don't mean to interrupt, but do you also need me to murder him?
Yes, I do. Just
okay.
I'm going to read. Okay.
All right, Bazooka Joe, we've got you surrounded. The entire department's out here. I want you to come out slowly, or at least release Mort. Let him out. We know you've been poisoning people through your gum packs.
They were never supposed to swallow it. It's chewing gum. It's not my fault. I'm not coming out.
Joe, you gotta come out.
I'm not coming out. That wasn't my fault. They weren't supposed to swallow it. It's gum.
Joe, you see that little red pointer that's on your one good eye?
Oh, shit.
About to blind you if you don't come out of there.
Hey, Chief.
Yeah?
Sorry to bother you, Chief. The SWAT guy is on a Taco Bell run. He's gonna be late.
Where's the red dot coming from? Okay. Well, just, I don't, look, it's a crazy mystery we'll never get to the bottom of. All right, let's see. When's he back? I got to be back home at 4:37. So can we hurry this up?
Listen, Chief, if you really need to go, I guess I'll come out. I don't know where this red dot's coming from. I don't want to be blinded, but no one was ever supposed to swallow it. My hands are up.
Joe, hurry! There's a golem behind you. Joe, hurry! There's a golem.
No.
Gum.
Oh, sorry.
And on gum. I think that's how you wrap up an episode of the Super Legit podcast.
Could be.
Josh, do you have any flowers you want to hand out to anyone?
Yeah. As part of the booking, I brought these two guys on specifically. I'm so happy to finally have them on a podcast. I remember when I was first doing improv, I lived at Iowa West. And a buddy of mine, Jason McIntyre, who was studying at Westside Comedy, was like, hey, you should check out this other place. And I was like, another place that does improv?
There
doesn't exist. Yeah. And I went and I think it was on a Tuesday, and it was like, I saw this group called Cobra Knots, and they just absolutely slayed. They just destroyed the place. And I was like, oh, this place is fucking amazing. I went the whole rest of the week, and it was like a Thursday. I saw Bear Supply, and just like the whole vibe of like those two shows and just at Westside Comedy is just fun. It's just so much fun. And it just, it's always been a special place in my heart. So it's when we were doing a podcast, when we were finally thinking of a place, people to have guests, like these guys were very high on the list. So I'm very glad both of you guys have finally come on, and I hope you come back on again. You guys are just so great. So thank you. It was
a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was great. Thanks for having us.
I agree.
Hear, hear.
Gum.
Hip, hip, hooray. All right, bring it home, Michael Heiman.
Thank you, as always, to Matt Walker for our intro and outro music. This episode was hosted and edited by Jarrett Kaufman, co-edited and produced by Christian Heffley.
Don't forget editing by Chris Sanders, too.
And co-hosted by Michael Heiman. Every scene you heard today was improvised on the spot, along with some of the ads, with only a light touch of editing for your comfort. If you're loving what we're doing, please pause real quick and write a 5-star review before you close the app and tell your friends about us. Tonight's cast included Josh Spence, Chris Sanders, Jen Burton, Sean Michael Boozer, and our very special guests, James Heaney and Cole Stratton. Guys, do you have things that you want to plug, tell the fans at home about?
I'd love it if people would check out Original Understudies. It'll be a familiar format with different improvisers, but it's a lot of fun. OriginalUnderstudies.com will be a way that you can get to any of the podcasts from all the different platforms.
It's a good listen.
I'd say stay away from Original Understudies. That would be my advice. No, it's a lot of fun. I like being on that show too, as well as this. And you can find me at Stratton Cole on Instagram, I guess. That's a good place for things.
Cool.
Great.
And you can also catch those guys on the stage at the West Side Comedy Theater in Bear Supply and Cobra Knots and many other shows, correct?
Yeah, Pretty Pony as well, which is the first Thursday of every month. So that's pretty evergreen.
Love that show. So good.
And Bear Supply is the second Wednesday every month.
Fantastic. All right, that's...
Jet, can I ask my question now, finally, before we sign off?
Oh, my God. Gosh.
Jet, here's my question.
Yeah, what's up?
How are you, buddy?
Fine.
Just fine?
Well, if you really have to know, let me tell you about my week.
I don't believe anything's on all my time. I kicked the door on its hinges just so I could move on.
I really thoroughly enjoyed hanging Cole out to dry with the red dot.
I thought everybody froze, so I was like, okay.
That was
I felt like such an asshole.
Perfect example of saying nothing, and that can be a lie. That can hurt somebody.
Mention that in the post-show credits.
I almost made Dr. Faragian a murderer. But then I just...
Dr. Faragian sounds like a serial murderer's name.
Absolutely.
That sounds like someone who's like secretly murdered patients for 20 years and gotten away with it.
Unlike Kevorkian,
Yeah, but they were asking for it.
Yeah, literally. They were asking for it.
Yes.